Welcome to our podcast, Learn Biblical Greek, brought to you by Dr. William Stewart, the co-founder of Teleios. This captivating podcast teaches you biblical Greek through a verse-by-verse study of the book of Ephesians, interjecting Greek grammar, Greek word meanings, and vital theology concepts. Thanks for joining us on this exciting biblical journey. Your study will be more effective if you use the Greek text with the Bible word codes, either on the eSword download or Bible Hub website. These links are on our podcast website at www.teliosresearch.com.
Hi, I'm William Stewart, co-founder of Teleios. Welcome back to our podcast on learning biblical Greek. I'm glad you're here. We are in chapter 3 of Ephesians, a great chapter which Paul is talking about how he is revealing those things which weren't known, the mystery of Christ before, and now is revealed, consistent with the word of mysterium in the original Greek, something not known and revealed. So Paul is talking about the knowledge of the church that was gained through the apostles, particularly him, to teach us about salvation and the Christian life and about Christ, those things that weren't clear before from the Gospels and the Old Testament, of course, from which we know so much already. But Paul, and particularly Peter and John, tell us what we need to know to live a knowledgeable, faithful, service-oriented life towards Christ in the time of the church in the apostolic letters from Romans to Revelation 3. Let's go to the text. Have your Greek text ready, and let's learn some Greek. So we're in the middle of verse 8 of chapter 3. En, that ever-present preposition, meaning in, and of course on, at, by means of. It's more flexible than the English preposition in. Teleios, again, short word, starts with a T, think oblique case. OIS is the plural, dative, masculine, or neuter. Ethnisen, this also plural and dative, and also neuter. Again, you can't really tell by the verb itself, the root verb, what it is in terms of gender, but that the TOIS will tell you it's either dative or neuter. In this case, it's neuter. You can gain from the dictionary. The endings don't match, so it tells you ethnos is the third declension. I say you can gain that from the dictionary. Actually, you can get it from the Robertson's codes on the eSword, just right by the verb if you have the King James Version Plus downloaded. Verb, not too hard this time, but they're always challenging. Let's work through it. Is there a prefix? Yes. Euph, EU, meaning well. Agalo is the root, meaning to preach, herald, report, where we get the word angel, agalos, message, or an angel. SA is the aorist tense formative. So aorist, as you know, the one-time peculiar tense of something that's been completed. Sthai, S theta AI, this is the infinitive, passive, or middle ending for the future. And also the aorist, middle, so future, or excuse me, the present tense, passive and middle, and the middle for the aorist. Passive aorist takes another form. So this is an aorist, it has to be the middle. So remember, this is a voice, the middle voice. We don't have in English. It's the only language that has it that I know of. In the old Greek classical, it was reflexive. Now, at the time of Christ, the Koine Greek, it can be reflexive, but also means, and this is difficult because we can't translate it exactly, something in reference to yourself. So it's infinitive here. It can't be reflexive. So I think Paul was preaching the good news in reference to what he knows or what's in his heart himself. Tone, again, short word with a T. Think a complete case of an article, and it is followed by a couple of adjectives, which can act like a noun in the Greek. So that on is the accusative singular masculine. It matches the hard word here, anexi niston, which is unsearchable. So a, which is the opposite in Greek, x is the preposition out of, ethnos is the word for footprint, like from 1 Peter 2:22, the footprint of Christ, and just making sure I'm saying that right, ichnos, and so cannot be traced in the footprint, otherwise unsearchable. Pluton, also ending in an on, all these are the accusative, masculine singular, so riches. So this also is an adjective, rich. So in English, we would say the unsearchable rich things, because in English, we have to have a noun. The Greeks could suppose the noun. Of Christ, ou, that is the genitive, and the singular could be masculine or neuter. Christ, of course, is masculine, being male. Of Christ, they both match, and for the article and the noun. So Christ is second declension. So that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of Christ. So that was Paul's mission. Great. Now we'll go to verse 9. Next time I have to make a correction from the my last podcast. We were talking about comparables and superlatives. And we don't see a lot of these in Greek. We don't see that many adjectives or adverbs. I stumbled over where the elakteros, least, was comparable, or the superlative least. So, yes, I was confused. I apologize again. Teros is generally the comparative in the Greek. Last week, least ended in teros. So I thought initially it was comparable. Then I sort of corrected myself. Turns out it is irregular. Teros is the superlative for this particular word. Usually the superlative is tatos as opposed to teros. Teros being the comparative, tatos generally the superlative. Sorry about that. I think I'm probably learning more than you are. Thanks for joining me today. I'll look forward to seeing you on that next video. Practice your Greek outside of this class and use it every day. You'll love it. See you next time.